Hello guys, a few days ago Paradox Interactive was released a trailer of his new DLC that's called Götterdämmerung, and I will tell you all information about that trailer. But before, I propose you to watch this trailer. If you don't want to watch, just look at the timings that I write you in the screen.
Faithful subjects and brave warriors of the German Empire. Our Reich now dominates Europe. A testament to the power and resolve of the German nation. One by one, the mighty have fallen. The burdens of Versailles are being paid back in the fear of our enemies. It is German science that has sharpened our dagger. And it is German science that will deliver our final strike.
And so, well, basically just from the trailers that we can see. In fact, Paradox made a pretty good trailer because not to mention the DLC, and they were able to convey the features of this DLC in many ways. Yeah, even without reading anything, you can understand that DLC will be about Germany. We could also hear the tanks in the trailer, which are also a reference to future mechanics in many ways. We could see a whole warehouse with something like Rocket V2 in general, and in the end the nuclear explosion. By the way, we were not taught anything about the nuclear system. Let's go to the facts. So let's start with the obvious. Yeah, this DLC will be about Germany. Germany reworking had long been overdue. Germany is still a key country in this game, that instinct of everything, and as if the K side of the Second World War, and that focuses are quite shameful and outdated. There's no conditional communist breach at all, and it was quite strange to watch all this. And fortunately, to great happiness, Germany is finally been overworked. As the developers write, Germany will receive a completely reworked historical tree of focuses and number of few alternative historical paths. Later they will tell you in detail what exactly will be in it, but they want to know that they will make every thought to preserve what the player received when following the old three Germany tricks, the feeling of being the protagonist of the event that took in the place leading up to the war, and the conflict debating his actions. Well, obviously working of Germany focuses is necessary. I think it will be up to bar. Probably we can expect a full-fledged overhaul of Germany along with focuses. Obviously new advisors may be added here, cause Argentina trained its advisors more. By the way, Germany still has quite a lot, but well, and also with Germany focuses will be added for Austria, and for Belgium will be revoked from Hungary. And now we're gonna talk about Austria. Austria is a very interesting country. It's surprising that they have reached it only now, because you can write a huge interesting focuses here, because it looks very comical that you can create Austria-Hungary for Hungary in terms of focuses, but not for Austria, and it looks very strange and comical, and it's like there's a lot to do with it. to make some kind of separate branch on the confrontation with Germany, yeah, for example, like with Finland, and some focuses are revealed only during the war with Soviet Union. Before that, should be focuses that are designed to prepare for the invasion of Germany, the construction, and some bonuses. Political focuses can also be very interesting. Obviously, the first thing that comes into mind is the restoration of Austria-Hungary, the restoration of Habsburg monarchy, and we can develop further. That is, we know from history that the Habsburg controlled half of Europe. There will with the dynasties. Perhaps it will somehow come out there if we follow the monarchy branch to restore the rule of the Habsburg in Spain. In particular, the Habsburgs through Spain controlled the Benelux, a modern territory, the Holy Roman Empire. It's possible to go very wild with the restoration of Habsburg power. For example, even in the current branch of Germany, there's monarch one, to restore Austria-Hungary, to bring the monarchy here. You can also bring the monarchy for Italy for focuses, and here you can do also do that is Austria can get a very interesting branch. It will probably be very interesting to play for her. Perhaps it is one of the most interesting countries in general after this DLC. Then Belgium. And in Belgium focuses, it's also unclear why Belgium was bypassed for a long time. That is Netherlands added focuses, but why Belgium was? The developers write that it will be possible to resist Germany's supremacy or welcome it, to harness the natural wills of Congo, and lay the groundwork for government in exile in Africa, or play for Belgian Congo and support military needs for free team slips from the control of them. After reading this notation from developer, you can understand that apparently the Belgian Congo will no longer be part of Belgium directly. He will be released, made like a puppet, like South Africa, Britain, or Malaya, or something like that. And judging by what it's writing here, it's likely that there will be tricks even for here, because it says that you will be able to resist legitimately there, play for Belgian Congo. In general, there is really worsley, and the Belgian Congo among all the colonies will have the best focuses, because the rest do not have them. Let's talk about Hungary. Hungary focuses also interesting theme. Hungary, for example, had very funny communist focuses, which consist of 4 focuses, and also a razor backward branch of focuses completely interesting by modern standards, and it will also be resiled, which of course I'm also happy about. It turns out that developers are writing quotes a completely revised and deeply revised 3 focus for Hungary, completely with a unique perspective on the restoration of Austro-Hungary Empire and release of the content of Austria. Interesting. Indeed, this for now, without even moving on the mechanics, it sounds like a very interesting DLC, perhaps one of the most interesting. Yeah, we have been waiting for this a long time, and in fact we will have only 3 countries in Europe without focuses: the Ireland, Luxembourg, and Albania. And that's all. All European countries will be with focuses. In principle, all these other countries can write them down. By the way, Luxembourg also looks quite interesting in context of this DLC. Perhaps they will make him some small focuses, because, well, that's logically, everything here revolves around Germany, and Luxembourg is still a Germany-speaking country, I think, or not, or French-speaking country. Them, French probably, but it would be still interesting. Let's move on to the mechanics. Various special project will be available. The first mechanics that will be in the DLC is the so-called special project, and I quote, "The developers many you have long wanted to complete Germany, as we have made clear in previous roadmaps. We've been wanting to work on the super weapon feature since of the release of HOI 4, and it would make sense to tackle both tasks together. War is the source of a wide variety of technology discoveries in order to gain an advantage over the enemy, and also many projects did not see dim slaves in real battle in threats in Götterdämmerung and Rung. We set our slaves the goal of linking exists a research system with the new mechanics of experimental development, which allows you to work one more or less historical but still plausible super projects. Research will be an important part of the game, where scientists are located on map, experimental research faculties and the infrastructure that suppose them are connected together and provide a wide variety to efforts for your troops or change the very nature on the war. That is, we will see so-called Wunderwaffe. Really interesting, and just in the trailer of new DLC we could see one of them, that is this big tank. There is so-called the Wunderwaffe, who wanted to create. This is a Ratte, a German tank that was supposed to be 11 meters high. This is one of those Wunderwaffe, and apparently it will be like a completely new mechanic where you can build, well, as I understand, some research center in which you can start these developments of Wunderwaffe, which will give you some serious advantages, and nothing sounds like a very interesting variety of gameplay for the game in general. And just you will be able to the second mechanic, it's military raids, and roughly speaking this is exactly what you will be able to do in order to dispatch some of your opponent's secret project, well, like this, preventing them from creating them and so on. That is, it all looks like a complex of a very interesting mechanics that I would like to play. That really sounds like such a very interesting mechanics. I would be very happy to play with them. And the developers did not write about one mechanic, which will mostly like still be in the end. In the video, the trailer of the new DLC, we can see a nuclear explosion. Well, it's clear what it hinted at, remaking of nuclear weapons. The developer have not written about this anywhere, but well, the remaking of nuclear weapons obviously has also been suggested for a long time. Nuclear weapons, by and large, do not feel like something intimidating. Yeah, you can bomb enemy troops, they will lose a little bit of organization to kill an enemy division. You need to drop 3 nuclear weapons on it. However, in my opinion, in the last version it had long been done so that it's impossible to grind the division into powder. That is just so that it disappears like in Cauldron. In last it could be done, but in my opinion it's impossible now. Now just the organization and the composition of the division that's been killed to the robots. The division itself does not disappear. And well, you know, such a thing, plus what are you dropping? You broke the infrastructure to the factory, it was not built. It did not kill civilians. Of course, there are no consequences in the form of radiation of either. And in short, the making of nuclear weapons had been suggested for a long time. Perhaps the nuclear weapons will become a little more complicated, but they are my assumptions, and I'm just thinking about against the background of these special projects, and they've been announced. Perhaps the nuclear weapon will not be created in a separate way, not in a search as before just 3 studies. I studied nuclear weapon for you, and so as part of a special project, if you want nuclear ones, you will have to build these scientific complexes and study them there. That is interesting. Perhaps there will be some kind of separate branch of this special project, and that you will study perhaps just my thoughts. Perhaps there will be different ways to get the nuclear weapons. Different nuclear weapons would be interesting, you know. Perhaps they tried to create nuclear weapons by different methods. In different ways, yeah, and it was for German scientists. They tried to create nuclear weapons through heavy water. Well, for example, in the United States, but in general the Allies, they look at different paths, and maybe you can go and build nuclear weapons in different ways that the one that went in real lives. Who know? It's just thinking out loud, but it would be really cool. And I forgot, by the way, the main things. The DLC will be released on 14 November, and it's not much time left. The developers promised to release about 2 developers' diaries per week, in which they will talk in more detail about the future mechanics. And I want to say that I will be reviewing these developer diaries for you, and once in a week I will try to give you reviews of the all developers diaries that will be released over the past week, and I will analyze them. I will tell you the main ones, and therefore subscribe that you will not miss these developers diaries. Plus my video watch we subscribe only 5%. So subscribe, let's fix it, and put your like and write in the comments what you think about it. It's DLC, and see you soon.